Hello again to my YouTube channel. Today in this tutorial, I will try to cover a function in a Power BI is same last period. So let's discover together how we can use this function and how this function can help us to draw in some conclusions about sales or about any scenario that we have in our data. So to do that, we will work together in this financial data sheet. Okay. So I will try to build in some measures content this function of some period or some last period. And I will show you how I can apply these functions and how these functions can help us really to making some comparison or drawing some conclusions. Uh, to do that, so let's try to creating some measures here based on the sales and the profit together. So to do that, we are applying to a new measure. So it's called total sales. So total sales equal to um, sum of all the sales that we have. So we have this total sales here, and let's create another measure about the profit. So when you measure total profit, the profit is a sum of financial um, here of the profit. Okay. Uh, well, what I will do now, I try to create a measure content the same last period. Now I don't want to measure, create a new measure. So, last period sales is equal to calculate using this function of calculate. We want uh, so we have the total sales, okay, and sum last period here using date. Okay, this is how, or there is the way that we can use this same period or same period last year. So this period can be a year, can be a quarter, can be a month, can be a day. Okay, so we can discover that with the visualization, and I will show you how that is very important. Also, let's create another measure about the profit. So last period profit. Okay, and last period profit. So okay, there's option of calculate total profit, and this function of same period last year, and we call in this date, plot date, we close the parentheses. So for now, it's creating some visualization. Okay, I will show you in this clustered column, and we have dates, axis, and we have cells. Yeah, there is here. Sorry. And we drag in here the cells. So there is here. This is all the cells, but here we want, okay, let's open this and using this hierarchy H. Okay, we will drop this and just, okay. So here we have the cells as we see. Oh, we have the cells by month and by quarter. Okay. Now I will drag the last period of cells. Okay, and you can see what's happened here. Okay, now, so we can compare. We have, if we go to this intersection that we have here, we can see cells. Because why we get this visualization? Because we have just 2 years of cells. Okay, that's why. So we get all these things. And okay, let's try to make it just with a quarter to make these things more clear. Okay. Okay, great. So for now, if we see here is we have just quarter three and quarter four for 2030. We have just 2 months, and we have 2 months here. We have for a quarter three, we have 1 month, and for quarter four also we have 1 month. And we have all the quarters for 2040. Quarter one, quarter two, quarter three, and quarter four. Each quarter we have content 3 months. So this is why we have this. So if we go to check in the sales, so we have the sales here. This is for the quarter three. And for quarter four also we have this shape. Okay. Now if we try to compare, we can see the sales in 2040 in quarter three is more increased. But as I tell you before, we have just 1 month. We cannot just building our drawing insights or building some conclusion or draw some conclusion about sales in this quarter here, because just we have 1 month of data. Okay, but in general, the sales of quarter three in 2040 is great. It's more than that we have in for 2030. Okay, the sales here is increased. Sorry. Okay, the sales here is increased. Compare, if we try to compare this to quarter three in 2040 and 2030 and 2040. In 2040, the sales is increased. Also for quarter four, we have the same thing. Okay, if we compare here, this sales in 2040 is more than 2030 in quarter four. Okay. Here this dark blue color is for the last period sales. That means we taken just the last period and compare it for the current. Try to making this comparison between current and the last period. And we see now the cells, how it is. So the same thing for, uh, so we try to copy and paste the shape here. Okay. Okay, it's making more clear. So for now, for this, so let's cells, let's draw in this profit and total. So this total profit and last period of profit. So we have the same things here. So the first chip is for sales and the second one for profit. So the same things here is we try to compare the profit that we have in each quarter of the year. As I tell you before, this data is not so we have just a few months in 2040. Okay, but for 2040 we have all the quarters and we see the profit how it is between 2040 and 2030. So here we have the ability really to make some forecasting based on the months that we have now. If we try to draw the big picture about sales or the profit that we have in our business, at this time we have the ability really to make some forecasting using some modeling or forecast the sales or the profit of our company in general. Okay. We try to drag some slicers here based on the date. So we can see that by dragging this hierarchy. So we have all the years, but just for us in this data or this financial of data, we have just 2 years of data. But for me, I creating a new table of date content all these years. So anyone interested to know how this created, you can see my last videos because I try to create in a table of dates because we don't have it, just to apply the time intelligence functions. Because as I tell you before, we can have or facing some complex scenario at this time. We need really to building this kind of tables help us really to extracting and drawing our right conclusions. So as I tell you before, here we have just data of 2 years. So as we see now, if I click here in 2030, so we can see now we have just two quarter four and quarter three. And each of this quarter or both of this quarter, we have just 1 month of data and sales and profit. But if we go to 2040, we can see all the years. We have quarter one to quarter four, and we have this intersection of this quarter three and quarter four because the data is available in 2040, in 2030, sorry. So we can see now how it is, sales, how it is. Also for this profit, the same things. As I tell you before, if we try to compare and go to inside of this detail of sales, we have the ability to build in the models of forecast. We can forecast ourselves. Okay. So I hope that is clear for you all. I try to do my best just to explaining these functions because it's very important inside of text. We help us really to understand the data visually. Okay. So happy learning for you again and see you in next tutorial. Bye bye.